Well, Nzinga, judgment has been reserved in this matter. You would know that Bongani Ntanzi was applying for bail today. You would recall just last month, he was accused number 2 in the Senzo Meyiwa murder trial, who had basically been pointed out by Senzo Meyiwa's close friend, Tumelo Madlala, as being one of the suspects that was inside the house at the time that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. What we saw, his defense advance inside this court here today, argue basically, he had been arrested way after. This is June 2020. He had been arrested some time after Senzo Meyiwa had been killed, and that he had basically been assaulted by police into giving confessions in this particular matter, that he's got no previous convictions, and that in actual fact, when police, according to our understanding, it also went to the home of Bongani Ntanzi. They were also able to do their own investigations there, indicating to the fact that police would know where to find Bongani Ntanzi in the event this court would decide to grant him a bail in this particular matter. And however, you heard the state argue that it would not be in the interest of justice for him to be granted bail. What the state also contends is that there were 2 confessions that had been made, and while there's a lot of emphasis that is put on the first confession, in which Ntanzi says, there were some bloodied clothes, he had been assaulted, into a confession, the state basically says not much emphasis is put on a second confession that was made, which this court should take into account, and that in the second confession, he didn't even raise the fact that he had been assaulted when this first confession had come up. What the state also says is that Bongani Ntanzi was not at work on the day of the incident taking place back in 2014, and that in terms of the records from the workplace, he had only been at work basically the following day, if my memory serves me well. But of course, you would recall there was also a witness that was had also taken the stand, an elder brother to Bongani Ntanzi. And essentially, part of his testimony inside this court was to talk about the reliance of the family on Bongani Ntanzi, saying that he was a sole breadwinner, in that, the family members that I left back home had been supported by him. Given the fact that he has been incarcerated, has put a strain on that particular family. So the judge really wanting to, put a lot of emphasis on that in terms of if you're talking about support, what kind of support was he giving to the family that has now since been taken away since Bongani Ntanzi had been incarcerated. And his brother, unfortunately, he had been on the stand and was on television a bit earlier on, but he does not want to appear on television at the moment. My colleague Neombende is on going to try and ensure that he does not remain on the screen for us at this particular moment, whether he believes, enough was done by himself to ensure that his brother does get out on bail. Baba Ntanzi, siyabonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho baba. Sivumelene ngendaba yokuthi ngeke uvele komabonakude. Njengoba uthathe istand namhlanje, uninethemba njengefemeli ukuthi konke lokho okukhulumile lapho mhlawumbe ingamnikeza uBongani chance ukuthi aphume.
Yeah. Siyathemba ukuthi siyamfisela ukuthi aphume ezosebenzela ekhaya naye ezozondlela ingane. Siyajabula lapho uma engaphuma mangakhulumeka ngebhayili nje ephume ngaba ngcono.
Akusitshele ngesimo nje sizokuzwila utshela ujaji ukuthi uyena beyondla abantu abaningi nje lapha ekhaya. Buke wachaza futhi nokuthi ingane zikhona nomama nobaba basekhona, nokuthi uyena beyisole breadwinner. Akusichazele nje ukuthi okwaboshwa kwakhe usichazele isimo sasekhaya ukuthi sinjani.
Ukuboshwa kwalomuntu kuvule igap enkulu ekhaya ngoba nguye yedwa obesebenza. Akekho umunye umuntu osebenza ekhaya. Ukuboshwa kwakhe kwenzeke inkinga ukuthi kulamba abantu ekhaya. manje ngoba nje sicela uba manje singafisi sifisa ihlahla ukuthi sengathi ngaphuma aphindele abuyele ukuze sivaleke lesi sikhala ngoba nobo mama sebehamba ngempilimpili ebhlungu yokuvuka abacabanga uba uzodlala namhlanje sophekana namhlanje intini kade ingekho ngesikhathi kusebenza lo mntwana and then ngoba ehleli lapha nje usekhona inkinga ukuthi kwanokushada useshadile naye njengezintanga zakhe manje ngoba ehleli lapha nje ubambeleleke kakhulu entweni eziningi nendlala ekhaya ibhokile nani niyazi ukuthi esikhathini samanje abakhona abantu manje ucelelana kunzima kuphilipeni nzima nami ngoba ngikhona nje angisasebenzi kunzima kakhulu nami ngoba ngaphuma ekhaya nje ngaphuma ngangithembe yena ukuthi ubukhona yena kade izoba neshwa lokuthi aboshwe
abanye mhlambe bangathi ukhona umuntu ongasekho emhlabeni sikhuluma ke manje ngoSenzo njengomndeni njeba mase nibona nokuthi leli cala seliyaqhubeka njeba uBongani esefuna ibail yena namhlanje nina njengomndeni nithi yena nina ukuthi akanando yokwenza nalento eyayenzeka ngala mina uSenzo ebulewe
ngicela ukuphindela
ngithi baba njengomndeni wakwaNtanzi singavumelana ngendaba yokuthi nakwelinye icala ifamily yakwaMeyiwa nayo iyakhala ngokuthi uSenzo akasekho njeba uBongani eboshelwe yena besithi yena ibenesandla kulento njeba eapplyela ibail futhi namhlanje ningumndeni nina njeba icala nalo lisaqhubeka manje kunokufakazi kufike nomngani kaSenzo la kufike namanye amaphoyisa nithini njengomndeni nina nithi uBongani akanali inyawo kuyo wonke lento
lapho nami ngisamangele sashaqekile ngoba lo mntwana ukukhula kwakhe asimazile ebugebengwini isethusile lento ngoba futhi ngalesi sikhathi ngendlela engibuka ngakhona wayesemsebenzini lo muntu ngibona ngathi kube yibhadi nje limgibele nalo okukhulumayo lokhu ngibona ngathi uthenjiswa imali ngendlela engibuka ngayo ukuthi akwazi ukuqoqa udumba lona khombe yena
umzwile ke umshushisi lapho esithi wayengekho emsebenzini kodwa ke ngalelo langa lokusenzeka lento eFosloras kodwa ngifuni ke ukuthi singene ngaphakathi nje kwindaba kodwa zozona secase linethemba lokuthi uzophuma ngebail
ngiyangazi ngizothi angazi ngoba yibo vele phela ba controlayo abangaphambili inkantolo controlayo mina ngesingami bengimfisa ukuba abuye noma ngayi bail kodwa ke nakukhala kakhulu nje bengikhulekela ukuba nginayo isho futhi ngiyazi ngobuyena bakho ukuthi kuyo yonke lento angiziboni ebandanyeka kodwa ngesisho sabantu bathi uyabandanyeka
siyabonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho ke baba besithengeke
nokuthi ngosebuncaneni bakhe kwasibhamu phela umuntu yambuka ekhaya kwasibhamu akaze mbone siphethe asimazi siphethe isibhamu even nomesa akaze umbone uphathe itele ibukayo impilo yakhe bebeyiphilela yona bebeyidlalela ingoma kuphela nje emakhaya kuhanje kugawula igcobo zokwenza ibaya
Sabonga kakhulu ngesikhathi sakho baba just the brother of Bongani Ntanzi who had earlier taken the stand. He was a witness that was called by the defense, asked questions about where they lived. I guess in this instance, the defense wanting to point to the fact that if Ntanzi would be granted bail Of course, there'd need to be an address where he would be found, as the trial, of course, itself still continues. The family, as you heard there, believes that, he had no hand in the killing of Senzo Meyiwa. They're hoping that, at least his brother is hoping, that what he might have said on the stand would be contributing enough towards ensuring that his brother does get bail. The judgment has been reserved in this particular matter. We'll hear at a later stage when a decision will be made in this particular instance, but quite a number of issues that would be taken into account, and in fact things that have put a spanner in the works. Just about a month Nzinga before this matter had been postponed, was that he was pointed as well as by Tumelo Madlala as the one who had been inside the house, one of the intruders that was inside the house at the time that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. Madlala basically saying that it was Ntanzi who Meyiwa had pinned against the wall on the day that Senzo Meyiwa was killed. So we'll have to wait and see if, what the defense has advanced was enough on the issues of the fact that he doesn't have any previous records, the fact that they claim that he was assaulted by police into confession, and, also the fact that he'd been arrested way after the incident itself had taken place. So certainly we'll wait for that judgment. No date at this particular stage on when that decision will be made.